Hey guys, this is Jam of JamOnline.ph, and today we're gonna take a closer look on the new Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X. So this is the one of the newest smartphone from Xiaomi. Well, it's kind of months old, but yeah, this is still a fine smartphone as this one packs a 5.5-inch Full HD IPS display. There's also a Snapdragon 625 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, but the one what we have right now is 3 gigs, so it's up to 4 gigs, and the memory is up to 64 gigs. The one that we have right now is 32 gigs, but you know, 3 gigs and 32 gigs of memory, it's not that bad. And of course, we got your 13 megapixel rear camera, a 5 megapixel front camera, fingerprint scanner. It's running on MIUI 8, that's Android 6.0, but don't worry, I believe MIUI 9 will arrive for the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X soon, and yes, it will be running on Android 7.0 Nougat. Another thing to love about this smartphone is its battery. We have a 4100 milliamps of battery, which is pretty good, but of course, you know, it comes with some compromise, you know, thicker body, yeah, like that. Anyway, the 4100 milliamps of battery, I think it's pretty good for a smartphone like this. I mean, it's affordable, and yet we got a powerful processor inside, which is a 625. I believe it can run most games and applications without problems. It's one of my favorite processors actually. So yeah, what are we waiting for? So let's unbox and let's take a closer look on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X. Okay guys, so we got here the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X. So the one that we got has a 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. Well, the smartphone also comes in 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage if you want more memory. Well, for me, I think 3 gigs is already enough. And of course, if you want to, you know, maximize and to have a better performance, go for the 4 gigs. And if you want a better memory, of course, go for the 4 gigs with 64 gigs of internal storage. So let's open this one. Again, this smartphone packs a Snapdragon 625 processor. It's kind of good processor, one of the best processor that Qualcomm has ever made. It's powerful and yet it's very energy efficient. So that is why I love the Asus Zenfone 3, because that one is using a Snapdragon 625 and also 4 gigs of RAM, and the performance of that smartphone is really pretty good. So okay, so let's turn on this smartphone while we unbox the Redmi Note 4X. Okay, so inside we can find here, well, it's in Chinese, but it's the manual over here. So as you could see, we could fit in a micro SIM and also a nano SIM if you wanted to. And of course, if you want, you could put in a micro SIM and also a micro SD card. No biggie, no issues with that one. All right, so I'm gonna place that over there, and then inside we also got here of course, we got here the micro USB port to USB. It's pretty damn good. I mean, the quality is kind of solid. It's sturdy, and I'm pretty sure that this one wouldn't break easily. Of course, we got here the charger. So the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X comes with a charger that has an output of 5 volts, 2 amperes. It's not really the fastest charging charger that I've seen, and I'm pretty sure that isn't, well, the best one in the market. But yeah, it's pretty tiny, and well, it's tiny, just a normal typical charger that you can find on a smartphone. Of course, we got here the pin, so you could, you know, remove the SIM card tray. So basically that's it for the box of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X. So let's check out the smartphone now. Okay guys, so this is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X with 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. So let's remove the plastic on the front. As you could see here, we got here the 5.5-inch IPS display. We also got here the backlit buttons. So we got here the home button, the recent task button, and of course the back button. I've already tried this one out, and this smartphone is pretty amazing. Okay, so as you could see here, we got here a pretty good bezel. Well, it's not really that thin, but it's pretty good for me. I mean, for an affordable smartphone, a Redmi Note, one of the best probably series that we have on a smartphone in the smartphone industry. And of course, at the back we got here the metal body. I'm just gonna remove this one first. Okay, so we got here the metal body. The look is kind of generic. I've seen this one on most smartphones, but what I like about it is that it's pretty solid. I mean, it's solid, it's metal, and it doesn't feel cheap. However, the design is again kind of generic, but what can you expect on an affordable smartphone like the Redmi Note 4X, right? I mean, you got a pretty good hardware, and the smartphone is pretty solid. So yeah, I wouldn't complain about its design. Okay, of course we got here the fingerprint scanner, the dual LED flash, the 13 megapixel rear camera, and of course this one is the lining similar to most smartphone these days, this 2017 and even 2016. It's just fine. Well, it's kind of a little bit thick, well, because the smartphone is using a 4100 milliamps of battery, which is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty big for a smartphone, a 5.5-inch smartphone. I'm pretty sure that this one would last more than a day. On the right, we got here the power button and of course the volume rocker. On the top, we got here the 3.5mm audio jack, and surprisingly, we got an infrared sensor. Of course, we got here the SIM card tray. I've shown you a while ago how you could add a dual SIM card or a single SIM with a micro SD. And below, we got here the speaker grills and of course the micro USB port. Well, not really biggie that this one is not using a USB Type-C. I mean, micro USB is still just fine, and actually micro USB cables are cheaper compared to USB Type-C. And since we got here in a very affordable smartphone, well, it just fits. In your lifestyle, if you're buying an affordable smartphone, you're probably buying a cheaper or an affordable accessory, and I think micro USB is just fine. And well, there are only a few advantages that you can have on the USB Type-C. Aside from the reversible, it's faster, yes, but most of you will just rely on the Google Play Store, right? Man, transferring files on the PC, well, some of you probably, but yeah, I mean, it's just fine. Again, I don't want to talk about that much, but yeah, micro USB is just fine, even in 2017. Okay, so one thing that you gotta love with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X is its display. We got here a 5.5-inch Full HD display, and the display is just gorgeous. The colors were really good, as you could see here. It isn't pale, and the colors are really on point, almost on point, and you could actually you could not actually see the bezels on this one. If you could see the glare, you could see that one. But however, when you got the black borders on your wallpaper, you wouldn't even see the edges of the display that much. I mean, it looks pretty good. It doesn't look like it's an affordable smartphone, and for its price, this one is pretty damn good. Of course, we got here the MIUI 8. It's running on Android 6.0 Marshmallow. However, we would be seeing probably this smartphone running MIUI 9 with Android 7.0. I cannot wait for that. I want to see multi-window, Android 7.0, one of the best features of Android 7.0. And as you could see here, well, if you're a fan of Xiaomi, I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with the applications. But if you're not, well, I've actually taken some pictures, well, actually a single photo. As you could see here, it's the gallery. It's pretty good. I mean, it's very user-friendly. It's fast. The UI doesn't lag that much. And actually, again, the 625 processor is already able and it's already fast enough for processing and basic applications. Of course, we got here the different applications that includes compass scanner. Some of them might probably be a bloatware for you guys. I mean, you don't really need a Mi remote like this one. If you have the infrared scanner, infrared sensor at the top, you want to use your appliances on this one. Well, I'm not really a fan of that. I mean, it's just a bloatware for me. But yeah, it's a nice addition that you have an IR blaster or an infrared sensor on this one, so you could use it for your appliances. Of course, we got the MIUI forum, more applications in SwiftKey or the WPS Office. However, I still prefer using Microsoft Office and Google Keyboard. Still not bad. I mean, again, the smartphone is pretty good. And then, of course, let's try out the camera. So, one thing that you gotta love about this with Xiaomi is that they're affordable. However, their camera, well, it's not really the best one. Well, on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X, what I like about it is, well, it's kind of dark. I mean, the camera captures a little darker images, but it is quite good. I mean, it's sharp than I expected, and well, the colors are still good. Well, I'm not really in the best condition right now to take photos. Well, it's not really that bright in here. It's actually 2 a.m. But yeah, you got a pretty good camera over here. This one is another one. This one took it a few days ago, a few weeks actually. However, this one doesn't have a light around me, and as you could see here, it isn't you could not actually read those texts. But yeah, it's just fine. I mean, for an affordable smartphone, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X is pretty damn good. Alright, so I guess that's it for our hands-on and unboxing of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X. So if you want to know more about this, be sure to check out my website at jamonline.ph. So yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, well, now's the time to subscribe. So once again, I'm Jam of jamonline.ph, and thanks for watching our short hands-on and unboxing of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X.